Welcome everyone.
You can scan this QR code, and by the way, for those, I hope nobody gets offended, but this is a recorded webinar also, and you will only see good bits, and it will be available on YouTube after the webinar is done, because at times many people can't join webinars, so it will be available
Yes.
on our YouTube channel. And as we are warming up the room, one thing which we always say about this extension is we never store your passwords. So if you launch this extension from any Salesforce logged in sandbox, production, or any org, Scratch org, or whatever org you are, it just reads a cookie Salesforce has created to get access tokens for technical people. But actually, it is not taking your password anywhere. It stays within your browser in the same thing. We don't have any server as such. It's a serverless app. Every bit of your data stays within your browser. Only thing is OAuth. When we ask you for an OAuth flow, when you authorize more than one orgs to compare metadata and do different multi-org stuff with this extension, then only we basically store the access tokens again, but it is stored locally in securely in your browser only. That is never exported anywhere outside your computer. It never leaves your computer basically. And yeah, let's keep talking. And those who wants to install the Chrome extension in the meantime, we are just warming up. A lot of people are already in. Thanks to all who showed up on time. We will wait for one more minute, and then maybe the guys who joined early, should we surprise them with a
Yeah.
like early joinee reward or something of that thing?
Yeah, we
What do
can.
you guys
The
say,
perks
Sagar,
of
Yash, and Karthik?
sure.
Yeah,
Perks of joining early.
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Right. Most of the friends are from India, so we are not applying Indian time zone here. Like we'll definitely make it worth it.
Good morning.
Thank you everyone. Thank you Ayush and Devi for cheering up. And all right, in the meantime, for all the attendees, how do you handle debug logs? Like, have you ever tried the SFDX tail logs feature or any CLI tail logs? Like if you're coming from Node background or JavaScript background, you can use chat box to drop your thoughts to keep the conversation moving. In the meantime, when people are using chat, Sagar, what do you think of tail logs? How do you do tail logs, like typically on CLI?
So I don't do tail logs in CLI, but I use Salesforce Tool Suite, so it saves a lot of time. I tried using Salesforce CLI with the tail logs. But when I was new, so I need to be pro with grep, I need to be pro with the CLI, I need to do all. And once I know grep and the CLI, then I can filter my the required thing that I want. But with our Salesforce tool suite, it is really easy, just a few clicks and I get everything. And oftentimes we get a gigantic trail of logs and I'm searching for a debug. So I have to go in each log, try to open it and see if the debug is present or not. So it was very tedious and time consuming and breaks my productivity as well.
Yeah, that's true. I think we have decent people here. So as we promised, we will have an exclusive thing for guys who joined on time, and then we will start with the main show. So Sagar, why don't you give a quick demo of the tail logs feature in the extension and how it can be super time saver for developers?
Yeah, could you stop sharing? I will present my screen.
All right.
Oh, yep. Thank you.
And everyone, in
Mm,
the meantime, if you have any questions, you can use the Q&A or chat box. We are watching both these panels, and we'll take your questions in between the webinar and at the end also.
Hello, everyone. Can you see my
Yeah, we
screen?
can see your
Screen.
Netflix screen.
Okay. So
Okay,
it's all for developers, Netflix.
okay.
Yeah. So let me just open our Chrome extension. Say what I said, what we promised, that we don't ask for any Salesforce passwords for a single org. So I just clicked here and you can easily open our Salesforce Tool Suite. So how easy is that? We didn't ask for any password. And now here you can see the beautiful features of our Salesforce Tool Suite: Schema Explorer, debug logs, events, reports, and tools. So if I talk about our tail logs, so here is tail logs. So tail logs is our approach to bring all the fun of CLI in the browser. So you don't have to install anything in your browser. You don't have to do any heavy lifting. Everything is done here. You just have to click here, tail logs. So it is live. And in the demo, I will show a batch. I will run a batch and see how it works. So often, why I'm choosing batch? Because when I'm using batch, it will generate a lot of logs. And oftentimes it becomes overwhelming to filter out the information. So let's do it. So I will be running this batch class, object detailing batch, which is just giving me object details like API name, label, and if it is a custom object or it's a standard object. And I also have another system debug that is object name. So let me just fire this batch. So what I'm doing is I'm creating 20 objects at a time. Like for each batch it will be containing 20 objects. So let's do it. Execute highlighted. And as soon as the logs are generated, you will see them here. Damn. So they are started generating and you can see them here. And when you're working with a client, what happens is you get a bug and in the production, you want to solve it. But when you're opening the developer console, you're getting enormous amount of processes that are running in the background, so many logs by different users. So it is very hard for you to filter. So, but here you can easily filter by your name. If you're a user like I'm Sagar, I can filter out for myself. I can see that logs only.
And maybe you
So
can debug on another user's behalf who is not giving you an access also.
yeah, icing on cake, you can also do that. So if I want to search for debugs only, so I want user debug. So in user debug, you can see we have starting batch, object name, object names are printed, right? But I do care about, just care about object details, just object details. So I will just write object detail. It will show me all the debugs related to object detail.
But
How
Sagar,
cool
is
is
it
that?
just a single big log file or is it multiple log files, this object detail which is coming from?
No, it is from everyone. It has flattened the response of every log file. So it contains debug of every log. So
Okay, so probably the use case here is like if let's say I'm debugging a big batch job, which is running
mhm.
like crazy, like 50, 100,000 times. So now I can find my particular debug across multiple log files without opening each of them,
Yeah,
right?
it has flattened the response. I don't have to go in each log and open debug for each file, search for debug there. No, you just have to write hashtag object. It will filter for from every log. How cool is that?
Okay, so just for the wider audience, what we did here is what Sagar was demoing is first we trimmed down to user debug only across all, let's say 50, 100 log files. I don't know how much are generated so far. And then within those also, out of all debugs also, we just trimmed down to particular debug, which was, let's say, added by Sagar to go through or troubleshoot this issue. There is no issue, it's a demo class, but assume if you're running into issue, you can easily locate your particular debug.
Yeah.
Yes, Sagar, good. But by the way, what happens when I tap on this object details? Can I see more details? Can I see the full
Yeah,
debug?
that's the
Oh,
great.
it's a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah. If you want to get more details about what was happening there, you can just click and you will get the details in split view. Not going here and there, and you can always change it just like that. How cool is that?
Yeah, that is fun. And let's keep moving. I think we have good number of attendees in the house now. Guys, if you have questions, we can quickly take. Thanks, Bhavna, for praising us. And thanks, Ashish. Loved your feedback. We have a raise hand. Parsa, if you can drop your question here, we'll definitely take it forward. We are just using this as a goodie for all the attendees who joined us on time as a note of thanks, but we'll definitely love to take your question. So please drop your question in the chat box and we'll cover it in the end. But with that being said, I would like to start with the main show. We'll quickly take over the screen. And I'm sure it will be very thrilling and entertaining for you. And I hope this extension saves your time. The goal of this extension is mainly to save developers time because we do have some other good things to do in our life also. So with that being said, I already said, let's keep talking, let's keep chatting. Our panelists and hosts are listening. First of all, as Salesforce tradition goes, we would like to thank all our customers, partners, developers, everybody who worked on this extension since 2015. It started as a hobby project and now it is trusted by 10,000 monthly users. So very thankful to all of you and very thankful to those who drop good reviews and also good feedback in those reviews that what is missing. We are actively listening to your reviews and we are adding feedbacks at a rapid pace. This month also we are delivering 2 of their feedbacks. So big thanks to all reviews and feedbacks. Again, we quoted it's a recorded webinar and I think the agenda is Sagar will take the show again. He will show how you can compare profiles and permission set. Then Yash will show you the metadata reports in Excel, and Umang will take over with the super user report, which is a very handy report. And Karthik, our friend, is handling Q&A and will pass your questions to the right panelist and host and maybe answer some of the questions as well. And again, this is just for the tradition. If you want, you can watch our YouTube channel. In case you missed something, it is having a lot of videos. This QR code will directly take you there. And as we, I think, already installed the extension. So Sagar, over to you. Let's talk about your demo.
Sagar, I guess you are on mute.
Okay, thank you, Karthik.
Yeah,
I would be
welcome.
speaking on mute. Hello, everyone. My name is Sagar Alwani, and I work here at Concretio as senior Salesforce consultant. I have tech stack of Angular, JavaScript, Salesforce, Salesforce Einstein, and lot more. And I have a certificate bucket also, including associate, admin, CPQ, JavaScript developer. So this was about myself, and today I'll be covering comparing profile and permission set. So let me again go to our beautiful Chrome extension. So we will be talking about reports, and my PC is lagging a bit, sorry. Yeah, here in comparing profile and permission set, today we will compare profiles and permission sets across multiple org. Before proceeding forward, I will ask you a question. Suppose you want to compare profiles and permission sets across multiple orgs. How will you do that? So traditionally, what you will do, you will go to one org, try to remember all the permission sets, profiles, and their respective permissions. Coming back to second org, try to remember them all and make comparisons. And oftentimes, you're hopping between the orgs, you forget the permissions you were looking. So it is very tedious and time consuming, and you have to do it again and again. And if you want to check it again, you have to go back again. So we are here for the rescue. Compare profiles and permission set. We will give you a report that will give you very organized report of the comparison of all the permissions between the orgs. So without further ado, let's see a demo. So here, as we come here, we will see the option to select the orgs. We can use as many orgs we want. We can have developer, production, sandbox, any type of org. You can go in setting and add there. So for now, I'm adding 2 orgs. Sure. I can just click. Yeah, it is refreshed. Great. Now I will select the permission set and profiles that I need for comparison. I can select them all, but here I just want Sales Console user. And in profiles, you can select the profiles you want. So I want the standard ones, system admin and standard user. That's it. And I will do the same with this org so that I can have a good comparison. Sales Console user, and in profiles, similarly, I will do standard user and system admin. That's it. And if You want to change the name of the sheet that is going to generate it? You can do that. I will just click on export Excel and
Like Sagar, it is currently downloading. So can
Mhm.
we use other features while this is in progress, or should we need to wait until the download?
Yes, you can use other features too. You can go and explore other reports, maybe go to metadata. It is working in a separate working thread and it won't block the main UI. So if you will do a metadata operation, it will go in a separate working thread and it is not going to block your main UI. The good part is. And if you
Right. And
want to, Mhm.
yeah, I was just only going to add that these reports are sometimes very lengthy. What we have seen from some of our customers is they have huge Salesforce org with a lot of objects and things. So it's generating a single report. There are many native apps on Salesforce, they crash out of governor limits, but with this extension, your PC is the powerhouse. So it can run on as long as you want to leave. So that's why this feature is intentionally done that you can keep on using the things and it should not freeze the UI. And whenever it is ready, the report it will be downloaded to their computer.
Mhm.
Yes, Sagar, let's go.
And suppose you wanted to quit it, just I just clicked on cross and I quit it and I can do it again if I want. For now, I don't want to waste your time. I already have generated a report for you guys. So we will have a report, well organized, neat and clean report containing all the permissions you want. So talking about basic, it will cover all the basic permissions, the information about profile permission set from the org you need. So we were having sharing test and Concretio. From these orgs, we have profile and permission set, and we do have the basic information like when it was created, when it was last modified, is it is custom or not, or activation is required or not. So like that. And similarly, if I talk about system permissions, if you want to compare system permissions in between orgs, no more org hopping. You just have to come here. I want to see AI view insights object permission in both the orgs. So in both the orgs, sales console user is not having the permission, but system admin in both the orgs can access it. Standard user cannot. Similarly, for others, you can check it. The good part is you can add as many orgs you want.
Yeah, and to keep it easy on your eyes, we have tried to use alternate row coloring and an easy pastel color coding on all the Excel sheets so that even on row 1 and row 2, row 3, you don't get confused if it is a lot of horizontal scrolling, that which row is capturing which column and which data. So hope this helps. Hope you like this feature.
Yeah. And similarly for Apex classes, if you want to compare a class between two orgs, suppose there's a class named change password controller test. You want to check the permission for standard user in both orgs, you can check it. For system admin, you can also check it. How easy is that? Similarly for VF pages, object access, record type, layout assignment, and the favorite field level security, which is very important. Let me explain it. We are having everything: object, the field, the permission, the org which it belong to, and the profile. So suppose there is a field named account number. So it is editable when I'm coming as a standard user for both the orgs as well as system admin. How easy is that you are comparing three level security for both the orgs, whether it is editable or readable in both the orgs or not. With this profile, you can add more profiles too. So this is the cool stuff that we are doing with comparing profile and permission set.
And you must be wondering why we are doing Excel here. So what we have learned in our past experience with these reports is like developers, they are geek at heart, and at times admins, consultants, and business users, they still love Excel sheets and corporates. They keep Excel as their versioning tool. So they will download Excel sheet on a day one and day 10. And then at times they keep those Excel as a running version. Okay, on day one, these were the permissions, and day two, day five, this happened. So these are a compliance tool as well for some admins, business users, and consultants who keep generating these snapshots across different orgs, and maybe at any odd day when they want, they can fall back to these Excel sheets. And we have some feedback coming. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you, Ayush and Ashish. Sagar, do you have anything more for the demo?
No, I
All right,
can.
so we have a question from Ashish Madhukar. If you go further down, the Excel headers are going or freeze. So freezing headers, probably we have not done, right? If we
No,
scroll down, the headers will go. That's a
no.
good feedback. We will try to add freezing headers, Ashish Madhukar. That's an amazing feedback.
Yep. And you can refer
Any
these reports whenever you want. So it's in your computer. You can go back anytime.
correct. We're taking more questions quickly before we jump to the next demo. If you have any other question, feel free to answer.
Yes.
Like we
Other
can,
questions? Mhm.
yeah, we get a question from Ramesh side. Like, can you show us other objects on the same sheet by scrolling?
Yes, I can. Let me show you. Give me a while. So this was all about all the fields of account. If you want to go and check about other objects, you can do it. Let me just scroll for you. So there is an object name authorization form text. So yeah, broker underscore C custom object. It's fields. You can check for everything. Yeah. How simple
Thank
is
you,
that?
Ramesh. A good question. Harsh has question. Salesforce tools are different for different organizations. So Salesforce Tool Suite is our name of the extension. So the tools stay the same, but you can connect different organizations. So by default, you can launch this extension without sharing any password or doing any OAuth from any active Salesforce tab where you're logged in into a sandbox, production, or scratch.org. And if you want to add more orgs, you can do an OAuth. Maybe we can show it quickly, Sagar, like where is the OAuth
Yes.
part? Just a
That's a
quick glimpse.
very good and good thing that we are doing. Let me show you. So you just have to go to settings from top right, and here you will see everything that you need.
So
And
these
if
are
you
all your
want,
orgs, right?
yeah, these are both the orgs that I was using. So this one is my default. I can, so this one sharing test was my default. If I want to choose another org, I just have to click on select. And if I want to do it for another org, I can click on login new connection. I have to check if it is a production, sandbox, or custom. So it will change the URL. In sandbox, it would be test, and in custom, you can add whatever you want, whatever you have. So let me do it for production only. Yes. So
Yeah, I think then we can save time and move ahead. So this is how you can add other orgs if you want to the extension, and it will work across different sandbox production and scratch orgs at the same time. And with that being said, thank you for all the good questions, and we'll move to the next feature demo, which will be given by my colleague Yash. Yash, why don't you take over?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Sagar, for the nice demo. And please let me know once my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible. Yes.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for confirmation.
yeah, Yash, we can see your screen. Just a second. Ramesh and no, not Ramesh, Rajas, Karan, and Parsa will take your question near the end. Let's move with the demo. We'll definitely come back to you. Yeah, Yash.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good morning and good evening. This is Yash Ladda, a senior QA consultant at Concretio. I have total 3+ years of experience in QA and Salesforce domain and having expertise in building end-to-end test framework by using WebDriver IO Cucumber with JavaScript. And I am also carrying ISTQB and Salesforce administration certifications. So let me start with my demo. So before starting about our metadata reports, so like you guys might have a question in your mind, like if you have other tools are available for metadata, then why you will use our tool? Like if you're already using some other tool and why you will switch to our tool and you will learn about our tool. So like answer to that question, like by using our tool you will just get your data in just a click in the excel sheets. So let me show you how you will get that. So like as I have multiple things to show, but for now I am picking few things like object details, pick list values, process builder and flows, and then validation rules.
Yes, can you tell us the utility of metadata reports?
Yeah, sure. Like in general, if I talk about some particular group of people like admins and consultants, like they are not much interested in using Git versioning tool and all. So what they do, they just create the reports for their data. So to make it easy, what we have done, like we are doing the job easy for them. Like with the clicks, they will get the metadata reports. So you can see here, like I have downloaded this. So like I have exported this now. Yeah. So here you can see, I have exported the details about the object details, then pick list values and all others. So for now, let me tell you about object details. In general, if you want to see the data, metadata of your objects, then what you will do? You will just go to your org, then you will go to the object manager, and then you will select the particular object, and then you will check the fields. So like how time consuming this task is, but by using our feature, what you can do, like you can just see here, like I have exported all the objects present in the in your org, and the metadata related with that objects, like the fields associated with that and the type of that particular field. And if that particular object is related to some like if it has some parent object, then that also you can see here. And as well as you can see the pick list values as well if you have some pick list field. And then you can check whether that particular is the required field or not. That also visible here. So this all things you will get in just a click. So here you can see all the objects are available, like whatever the objects present in your org. So let us move to our next step, which is pick list values. So like if you want to check your pick list values, then for particular object, like you will move to that particular pick list, and then you will check the pick list values. But here what we have done, like we have get all the pick list values associated with your object in this single sheet only. So you can see here, like I have account object, and whatever the pick list I have created for this account object, all the pick list fields are coming here, and the data associated with that particular pick list is also coming here. And if that particular pick list is active or not, that also you can see here. If it is active, then it will come as true, and if it is a default value or not, that also you can see here. So that's all about pick list value. And now let me move to our next tab, which is process builders and flows. So like we have merged both the things like process builders and flows in a single sheet to make easy for you. So here you can see in our Salesforce Tool Suite, you will get the ID of your process builder or flow, whatever it is, as well as the name of that and the API name also. And you guys might have confusion in your mind, like if you are exporting both the things in a single sheet, then how I will differentiate between the process builder and flow. So for that also, we have created one column named process type. So in this column, you can see like whether it is a process builder, then it will give a process builder. And if it is a flow and what type of flow it is, that also you can see here, like a screen flow, auto launched flow, and whatever the type of that particular flow, that all things you can see here. And if you have provided any description, that also you can see here. And if you have like particular version of that flow, and if you have created multiple versions, then that also you can see here. So basically, like we have gather all the information for you. So just in a click, you will get all the information in this Excel sheet. So how easy it is for you. Like you can check all your data here only. Let's move to our next step, which is validation rules. So like in validation rules, the same thing we have done. Like we have gather all the objects whatever are present in your org, that all objects you can see, as well as the validation rules associated with that particular object, that also you can see. And important thing, whether that particular validation rule is active or not, that also you can see here, like whether it is active or not. So we have also like shown that also. And if I talk about, like if you have provided any like error condition formula, so that formula will also be visible for you. So if I talk about like admins and other groups, like they generally wants to check the validation rules. So what they will do, they will navigate again and again to other object, and then they will go to particular validation rule. But by using our Salesforce tool suite, you will get each and everything in a single sheet only. So like that's all about our metadata, and some other features are also left that you can explore by using our Salesforce tool suite. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Yash. And again, everyone, these Excel sheets act as a versioning archive. So for any business users or non-technical users who are not familiar with Git and all versioning tools, they download these Excel sheets for compliance and reporting purposes. With that being said, again, thanks Yash for the demo, and we are keeping Q&A open. So if you have any questions coming up, we can take it up.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining.
So like we have a question from Ramesh, like does this metadata report is restricted to a particular org, or do we have an option to compare this metadata report between multiple orgs?
Actually, for now, like we have built it for the particular org only, but in future we can do it for multi-org as well.
Yeah, the thing here is you can pick any one of the authorized org, but if you see a utility of having metadata from multiple logs in Excel sheet, then probably we have to review it internally also. That's an interesting point. But yeah, thanks for that. That's a good question. Karthik, any other questions we can take?
We have lots of questions. Like
So
we
one
have,
question from
yeah.
Rajesh Karen was formula fields, which probably Sagar answered. So what was your answer, Sagar? I'm just scrolling through a lot of questions.
Yeah,
So you said that we can see formula, right, in metadata
yeah,
reports.
you can see details about formula fields there. When Yash was explaining, it was there. You can easily see that.
Okay, perfect. Then yeah, Karthik, any other questions
Another
which we
question from Ramesh, like does this extension show us the difference between lookup fields between orgs?
yeah,
Like
you want to see the lookup filter. Probably we are not comparing objects and metadata, right? Only profiles permission
yeah,
set so
Yeah.
far. Guys,
Yeah.
again, if to motivate our team here, if you want to see this comparison features, maybe drop some emojis here or drop some comments. Maybe we will be more excited to take it forward. But yeah, that's an interesting thing. We have metadata detailed comparison on Radar, but not as of now.
Yes.
Parsa has a question about internationalization. So this extension as of now only supports English. But yeah, if we have any users who wants to see it in different languages, we'll definitely consider that thing. Any other questions, Karthik, we can take quickly?
I guess no, like we can proceed further. Our team is like answering some questions.
Okay, so let's take the last question from Parsa. Parsa is talking about, I'm not talking about the different languages in the UI. Not very clear. Karthik, Sagar, can you help with this question quickly before we move? So the fields are internationalized and
Like we are not getting Paras. Can you
Parsa.
be more elaborate?
Yeah. Translation workbench, she's saying, or he's saying.
okay.
Okay, maybe she's saying like different users have different languages, so we can have a support for to see the fields in different languages.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That probably we are querying from the current user login. So probably
Hmm.
what language he or she has, the current logged in user, we should be able to get that. But Parsa will check more on get back to you. We'll try with German users and German data. That's a good feedback. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll go to the last and very interesting part of our demo with our friend Umang. Umang will talk about super user reports. Umang, over to you.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. So, I'm Umang Singhal and I'm currently working as Salesforce consultant in Concretio, and I have 3 years of experience. And my expertise are in Salesforce implementations in various Salesforce clouds like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and Marketing Cloud. And I also have expertise in Salesforce APIs and in Angular and JavaScript as well. And I hold certifications in Salesforce Administrator, Platform Developer, and JavaScript Developer. So today I will tell you about Super User Report feature in our Salesforce Tool Suite. So let me share my screen. So let me know once my screen is visible.
It is
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
visible now.
visible.
Yeah. So first, I would like to show one Salesforce blog, so which inspire us to work on this excellent feature. So this is the good blog by Christopher. So in this blog, he talked about security breaches, loss and theft of business data. He also talked about audit of super users and privileged users. If someone don't know about the who the privileged user are, So a privileged user is a user who are not admins but have same level of access as the admin. So sometimes as security breaches are our significant concerns, and sometimes we want to audit our Salesforce org to check if there are any security has been breached or not. And sometimes we want to audit super user and privileged user in our Salesforce org. So our this feature best suit to you. So the good thing is we can export report across multiple logs within few clicks. So this feature gives you an rapid insights of a user permission under 5 categories that are API access, admin, data export, password never expire, view all and modify all. So let's see how it will work. So I have two orgs here. I'm selecting those. So let's click on this show button. So it will show you the two orgs here, and I'm currently selecting all categories, but you can select the categories that you want to export. So just click on this export Excel button. So as you can see, the report has been downloaded within few seconds. So let's open it. So this is the first sheet, that is API access. So in this sheet where we can see the list of users with user ID, username, and their names for both the orgs who have API access. And let's talk about our next sheet, that is admin. So in this sheet, we can see the list of users who are admins for both the orgs, and and we can also see the permission assigned to admins, that are modify all data permission, customize application permission, manage user permission, and view all data permissions. So let's talk about next sheet, that is data export. So here we can see the list of users who have permission for data export for both the orgs. So let's talk about our next sheet, that is password never expire. So here we can see the list of users who are enabled for password never expire for both the orgs. So let's talk about last sheet, that is view all and modify all. So in this sheet, we can see the list of users who have permission for view all and modify all. So for both the orgs.
Umang, I have a point. Like, is this feature is available in Salesforce? I guess.
Yeah, so the similar feature is available in Salesforce in Security Center app, but we have to do a lot of configuration and setup in Salesforce to enable that feature, and we also need to create connection between two orgs, where one org is act as a parent org and the second org is act as a child tenant org. So, but in our feature, we don't need to do anything. We just need to open our extension. We just need to select orgs, export it. Within a few seconds, we can get the insights under these 5 categories. So that are the advantage of our extension.
Great.
Yeah, and
So
everyone, these features are little critical, and these are mainly for companies who have a very strict security policies. Typically, any end customers, big or small, who are using Salesforce org, they're very particular about who can check the data via API, who are admins. And admin is not just system admin. There are many permissions which make them very powerful. So if you check that blog, it is an excellent blog. Typically, if you will try to do all of that, it will require you to write a lot of SQL queries and stuff to figure out the super user. So why we thought that this is really important from security standpoint, and you should be able to do it quickly. With that being said, our question and answers are open, and that's all we had for the show. So thank you, Sagar, Yash, and Umang. And we have some interesting questions in the box. Like Parsa is amazing with the questions. So Parsa said, like, please include some timestamp on the exported Excel. That is a very good feedback, as we already quoted that these are day-wise stored. So we'll definitely take it forward. We'll probably change the default file names to include a current time, including date, time, and everything, so that they are automatically snapshot in a given fashion. That's a very good feedback. And then Parsa, I will just cover questions from Parsa. I like one other question from his side. He's talking about storage. So the storage again is not on our side. This Excel will be downloaded on your machine, and for data safety, we are not storing anything on our clouds or servers. Actually, we don't have servers for this extension. So we are trying to keep it all secure and on your side, because there are many financial companies who also use these extensions. So we always promise that we don't take anything on your server. So whatever your hard disk capacity is, you can download. Or maybe what I've seen people do is they use Google Drive or iCloud Drive, whatever is permitted in their company, to store a version snapshot of these Excel files. But amazing questions, Parsa. Definitely this timestamp one. Going to our friend Ashish Madhukar. Ashish said that data import and export, and then this bundle will be complete. So we'll definitely take this into consideration. And thanks again for feedback. With that being said, we can take a few more questions. Karthik, I'm missing anything? So maybe I'm just going through the list quickly again, both the sides.
Yeah, same here. Guys, you can share your question in the Q&A and the chat section as well.
Yeah, you can share feedback too if we want have to improve on something.
Meanwhile, can we do a quick query building with the schema?
Yeah, I think we are going rapidly. Sagar, do you want to show how we can build multiple parent and child queries?
Sure, would love
Complex
to.
one.
Yeah,
Complex
sure.
one, not an easy
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah. The complex one that I cannot make without Salesforce Tool Suite.
let's do it.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
In the meanwhile, when Sagar is loading up, just as a historical point of view, so debug logs was one of the first feature, and we offer two or three types of debug logs. One is tail log, which you already saw. Then is a hierarchical log. Hierarchical logs means, let's say you have a deep calling flow between Apex classes. Class A is calling class B is calling class C. So it is tough to debug those hierarchical things. So that was one of the first feature which we launched in this app. So if you want, you can check that. With the limited time we have in hand, we can't demo it all. And Schema Explorer was the second feature which we announced. If there are any oldies in the room here, Force.com ID was the Eclipse plugin that used to have this kind of UI, which makes it super easy to query fields in Salesforce without knowing none. So we thought, like, why don't we bring something of that sort again without requiring an installation of Eclipse and all those things. So yes, Sagar, please go ahead.
Yeah. So let's create a complex query. Suppose I want to create a query on contact. So you just have to come here and search for the object you want. And you will see an object tree on the left. And see, here I'm having all the fields from the contact object. So I want to select query ID as well as suppose I want to say name of that contact. And I also want to see accounts associated with that contact. Yep. So I want ID, I want name, and I want record type. No, I don't want record type.
So we are on
And
level
suppose,
one parent now.
yeah, level one parent. Let's go more deeper and go to level two. So if I want to see the name of the owner associated with that account, I can do that very easily in just a few clicks.
How deep we can go, we don't have to show now, but like how deep this, 5 levels, 4 levels in this
5 levels.
extension? 5 levels. Okay, nice.
Yeah. And if you want to do something else, let's go back and for account, if I want to add anything else, you can add it. So in account, maybe if you want to see the profiles associated with it, you can also do it. Let me show you. So yep, in our owner ID, we are having fields. It would be having profile too, I guess. Yep. So I have profile, and in profile, I will select. Uh,
You're making it really complex now.
yeah. So the thing is, I would take at least 20-30 minutes to make it without Salesforce Tool Suite, but here I can do it easily. I can easily see the schema. I don't have to remember all the objects, all the fields. I just have to come here and do it. How cool is that? So, hmm. Now add some child relationships. Let's go. And if I want to add some child relationships, go here. Suppose if I want to see the cases associated with it, I can do that. I want case ID as well as maybe case number. I can add opportunities also, like if any opportunities associated with it. So here I'm having opportunity, and opportunity I will do the ID of that opportunity, name of that opportunity, and the stage name. That's it. So I built the complex query in just a few clicks. How cool is that? I'll click on execute query, and
And here it crashes. Oh no, it worked.
no, ta-da. And this is the best part. Na? Tan-ta-da. All the data in one go. So you can also apply filters if see cases are not there. If I want to filter that it should not be null. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works. It will show you the cases associated with it and the profile name,
But can we
owner.
open case records? Like which case
Yes,
records?
yes, you can.
Great.
Yeah,
With the case number, yeah.
yeah. How cool is that? And if you want to do some inline editing, so we also have some support. You can quickly edit it, and for now, I don't want to do it. And you can do export Excel also. I'm having 214 records, and I want to export it. Done.
Great.
I'm having
And
sheet of that 214 records.
yeah, and one thing which I would also like to quote is at times we don't remember the field name. So Sagar, can you take us back to the query builder? So this extension supports finding objects and fields both by names, and if you want to search by labels, you can turn on the checkbox at the up bar, and then it will start searching by labels. And then yeah, there will be a find box next to fields, and at the top you see a search box for the objects. So I hope that
Yes, it
helps
is
you
there.
out.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want
so
to
like,
search for ID, yeah, it would be there.
so I think this is all for the demo, and now let's quickly take some questions. And
Like we got a good feedback from Ramesh. Like seriously, too many levels of query. I was struggling with Inspector to write this complex query. Probably I should change my extension to Suite.
Yes,
Yeah,
you should change it. You should change it. We are on App Exchange as well. You can show
yeah.
us
this
some
is
love
trusted
there.
by Salesforce also. We got it
Yeah.
security reviewed clear. Thank you, Ramesh. This is very motivating, and we'll definitely consider all feedback. Parsa also said like, please include timestamp. Definitely will do. Any other questions, Karthik, which we can take?
So they're asking, will it be always free to use?
Ha
What do
ha
you say
ha.
about this?
Yeah.
Unless somebody gives us millions of dollars and he
Yeah.
pays that amount and takes it away from us and makes it great. So hopefully that will never happen. It's a hobby and fun project. What we do internally is this tool is giving a solid API and web development exposure to our team. So we train on this extension. We develop this extension on the features which we feel are missing in our development experience, which Salesforce probably is not giving in their VS Code editor and those things. So it's a fun passion project, so it will stay free.
And
Yeah,
please show
thank
us
you,
some love
Bhavna.
on.
We
Please show
got
us
a good
some
feedback
love.
from Bhavna side as well. So much better than Salesforce Inspector.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Bhavna.
Bhavna.
Please show us some love on a Chrome store, maybe on App App Exchange. Just that matters a lot. So
Yeah, guys, we are waiting for your questions as well. You can continue posting.
yeah, we also have a stack of tools. Use stack of tools. You can create test suites here in Apex Test, and you can see the limit of your objects using this tool. A lot of tools. You can clone flows. You can clone validation rules. You can do a lot. You can create objects in bulk, fields in bulk. A lot of things we can do using Salesforce Tool Suite.
Just download it and start exploring it. We have a dedicated playlist also on the
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You can search it.
Should I
Yeah,
show?
so definitely. Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
check our YouTube channel. And apart from that, again, we are getting this free and premium. So again, Ramesh, this is a passion project. We are developing it for ourselves also. We are trying it for our own development workflows. And we are taking feedback from other developers, admins, and consultants. So we'll keep it free.
is loading, but you have to search for Concretio TV. We have lots of playlists there. One playlist is for the Salesforce Tool Suite. We have about NFT also. You can go there and check. We do a lot of good things. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you, Ramesh. I think with that being said,
Thank you, Asif.
yeah, we are hitting end of the webinar. Thanks a lot, everyone, for spending your evening or morning with us, and we'll come with more webinars and more content around Salesforce and all the goodness. And thanks to all my co-hosts and panelists. Thanks for amazing demos.
Ramesh, just subscribe our channel. Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you,
All
Ramesh.
right, one more subscriber. Thank you. All right,
Thank
good
you
night,
so much,
everyone.
everyone, for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you, everyone.